Civil society group Crusade for Justice is demanding better ways to hold the Nigerian government accountable and improve the rule of law in the country. The group made the demand at its 17th annual lecture held in Ikeja, Lagos, Nigeria. Speaking at the event, chairman of the group, Richard Nwankwo, took a swipe at the government for what he described as the failed legal system in the country. Also at the event was Ayodele Asenua, Dean of the Faculty of Law, University of Lagos, who highlighted some of the problems preventing effective legislative oversight in Nigeria. On her part, former Chief Judge of Lagos State, Justice Ayo Phillips, called for more funding and a better working condition for the judiciary to improve justice delivery in Nigeria.
There has been selective application of justice in this country. And that brings us to the point that we must appreciate that selective application of justice is the worst form of injustice. And I think that on its own is a crime. So with all that is going on now, including the reckless deployment of customs officials, the closure of the borders without regard to international treaties that have been signed by the government, and the fact that the businesses, the legitimate businesses of honest men are being harmed by this reckless action. These will snowball to the fact that the rule of law in Nigeria is not just a myth. It doesn't exist.
We need to strengthen legislative oversight in Nigeria, but we need to address the problems that have attended legislative oversight. There have been allegations that the government legislature has attempted to hijack executive responsibilities and executive functions in the discharge of oversight functions. There have been allegations that also often intimidation and harassments have been used in the course of legislative oversight. We need to address those problems if true. We also find that technical competence is something that needs to be addressed. We believe that the legislature needs to rely more on experts who are skilled in the areas that they are exercising oversight in relation to ensure that the output of their oversight functions is optimal.
Some states, the states of their courtrooms, the emoluments of the judges and the magistrates is shameful. So, I mean, that's why I said there's so much wrong. So they can't blame the judiciary for anything at all. Our judges here, I really commend them because the conditions under which some of them work is really disgusting. And yet they're doing their best because they have this innate sense of justice and they want to help the poor man. It's the last hope for the common man. And we're doing what we can. But, you know, judges are going to, and magistrates, they're going to get disillusioned very quickly if they continue to denigrate them, disgrace them, embarrass them, and treat them in this fashion.